Not too long ago, Zoombinis enjoyed the good life. Though they all looked slightly different eyes, noses, hair, feet, such differences meant nothing to the Zoombinis. And so they lived happily on Zoombini Isle, making small, useful products which were prized the world over. The Zoombinis had a sense of fulfillment and inner peace, not to mention healthy bank accounts. Then one day, who should show up but the bloats? The bloats offered to help the Zoombinis grow their businesses, expand their trade routes, and improve their quality of life. Being trusting sorts, the Zoombinis agreed. But before long, the bloats had taken over everything, stealing profits, canceling holidays, piling on work. The Zoombinis were getting pretty stressed out. Well, you can push them only so far before they take matters into their own hands, so to speak. So they decided to escape and build a new home in a distant land.
Hello everybody, my name is Jacob, and welcome to Zoombinis Logical Journey. So, in case you did not notice from the new and special intro, this is going to be a new thing that I'm doing, and depending on how much I enjoy it, how quote-unquote successful it is, maybe I'll do it every year. I've wanted an excuse to go back to a bunch of games from my childhood for a long time. And I know it might seem kind of silly because you might think to yourself, well, Jacob, you run the channel. You can control what you do and don't record and play. And while that is true, I wanted to do a lot of games like that I played as a kid, whether they were at home or on like school computers and stuff like that. And so I decided to make this month, this June, Nostalgia Month. School is out in June. You're enjoying the summer. You might be thinking back to those cherished childhood memories from back in the day, and so I figured what better way to celebrate such a month that tends to inspire those feelings and thoughts than with going back to the well and playing a bunch of games that I played when I was a kid. I got a big lineup for the month. I don't anticipate playing every single one of these games all the way through. A couple of them don't really have, like, endings. I don't want to say anything too much to spoil them. And a couple of them are very, very short. So they could be done in a handful of episodes. But don't anticipate seeing a game and going, full playthrough, baby. Can't wait for it. Let's go. Case in point, I'm not going to be doing a full playthrough of Zoombinis because it requires a lot of just going back and forth and doing the same stuff over and over and over again, but just getting increasingly slightly harder and harder. But we're definitely going to do a run, because I've never even seen the end, so to speak. So, Untitled was a little test game for this. Let's do new game.
Perhaps you're wondering what all this has to do with you.
Well, yes, what does it all have to do with me?
See, you are the only one who can help them escape.
I shall help them escape.
Help them begin
And instead of making our own little individual group, we're just gonna randomize a bunch of them, just to make our own full crew here. And while this first Zoombinis game does have a remake on Steam, not going with that one. We're going with the original because I love this original pixel art. The later ones go with like a pseudo 3D style, but even that I prefer to the like flash animation look of the remake.
Today's tossed about stormy sea, the Zoombinis reach the shore of a peculiar land.
This was a game that I truly adored as a kid because it was the first time that I remember playing a game where I really felt like I was going on an adventure that was my own, as opposed to, like, going on an adventure that was played with a bunch of other, like, kids and stuff, or, like, that other people were also getting to do. Zoombinis is a puzzle game. All 3 games in the series, for those who are unfamiliar, are puzzle games where you go to different areas, trying to get as many Zoombini through as possible, solving different puzzles that get increasingly more complex as the game goes on. They're all logic puzzles. It's not like do math and add this to this and all that sort of stuff. They're all logic puzzles based on looking at the environment, looking at the clues that are around you, and piecing together what to do next. For example, these cliffs, there's 2 different pathways. There's 6 little pieces of wood holding the bridges up. How do you know which way to go? Well, let's just place a Zoombini and see. That Zoombini got through totally fine. Let's place another Zoombini. This one looks almost exactly the same as him. Let's see what happens. Everything seems totally fine. Let's place another one. This Zoombini might have the same feet, but looks a little bit different from the others. Let's see if anything happens. Still exactly the same. The Zoombini makes it through. Last one, same hair as the previous one, same eyes as the first 2, but a different nose, but the same feet. The Zoombini makes it totally through. Now, given that there are 2 bridges, you might think to yourself, well, let's try the other bridge then. And sure, let's try the other bridge. Let's try with one of these Zoombinis. Same colored nose as the last one we did, but a different set of hair, different eyes, and different feet. These specific details about Zoombinis you need to keep in mind as the game progresses. I'm not trying to sound like a teacher early on. I know I said this was Nostalgia Month inspired by, like, the school letting out and all that stuff. But trust me when I say it's easier for me to explain this stuff now than for you all to just, who are not familiar with the game, to sit there dumbfounded and go, "Wanna know what's going on?" That one made it through. Now, I wonder what would happen if we took one with different feet from the ones that made it over this way. Sneezed and got knocked back. Now, what's the only difference? Why, there was a purple nose for that one. There's different hair and a different eye and different feet. Now, we would have to use our logic. Well, here is a person, here's a Zoombini with the same eyes as one that came before, same colored nose as one that came before, and the same hair as one that came before. The only difference is the feet. So let's try this one here and see what happens. So therefore, we know it's not the feet. So let's try another one. Same nose as one that came before, same feet as one that came before, same eyes as one that came before, but different hair. And what does that lead us to understand? It's the hair. It's the only thing that's been different from this one I'm currently holding and some of the others that have come before. So let's go up here then. Passes perfectly fine. Passes perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and take all the Zoombini with that kind of hair and move them up here. And look at that, they all make it past. Let's take these 2 Zoombinis here that have the same hair as the first ones that went by and send them over. And then the last thing we have to worry about is this one. We don't know. Will this hair be acceptable by this mountain? Let's see. It will be. Even if it wasn't, that's fine because we still had 4 more tries left. So we weren't going to lose that Zoombini. Because that's the other thing you need to keep in mind. Throughout this game, if you fail a puzzle, if all of these sticks had gotten knocked away and the bridges had collapsed, any Zoombinis left over on this side would be left. They would be stranded. We'd have to come back with a whole new bunch later on, which you will see what I mean by that, in order for the Zoombinis to continue on.
Have their rules, so do proceed with skill. Zoombinis one guard won't allow, the other guard surely will.
Hear that? One guard might not allow a Zoombini, but the other guards will. And what guards you might be thinking? Why, these guards.
They're blue.
God, I love the pixel art so much. It's so good. So, just like before, it's all about logic. It's all about looking at the environment and looking at the surroundings and figuring out what the puzzle is, what they do and don't like. See here, there's 2 paths on each side. The first path has to walk past these little greenstone guys and this guy. The second path has to walk past the same greenstone guy and this girl. Now, this guy might be fine with something that she's not. In that case, you would want to send them up the middle where they won't pass her. So let's see.
Sure. I must be careful about who I let in.
See? So now, since he accepted her, goes up there. She's fine. So let's try the feet. Not the feet.
Through here.
So let's try over on this side.
Well, you're okay.
Yep.
I can't let you in.
Not sent that way.
Go on.
So it can't be the feet.
One of the chosen few.
Let's try the nose colors. This guy looks exactly the same as the previous one that went up. So it's not the feet and it's not the nose colors. So it's got to be either hair or eyes again. So let's try the same... Oh, let's try the same hair but different feet. Okay, so let's try different feet, same hair. So this guy doesn't like those feet, and this guy doesn't like those feet, but this guy does, which means she must as well. All right, let's keep trying with the feet. Okay, so I guess he must be fine with the feet, but not fine with something else.
Okay by me.
Wow,
I'm so
lower
sorry.
dude here is super picky. Now, sometimes it's going to be more complicated. I don't think this level, I can't remember at least, has a fail state. So,
Not this side.
so it might actually be nose colors. So let's try this. Blue.
Move it, Toots.
Because I've just noticed everybody we're doing is blue, green, and purple. Let's try one more blue. I think this one is based around nose colors now that I look at it. Let's try purple. Failure.
Sorry.
So let's try just sending the rest of the purples up this way. I do like that they will stop. They won't just send them through endlessly. So now let's try a red.
Tisk, tisk.
Okay. Does lower guy not gonna let anybody up?
Nice try.
Okay. I don't know why I thought to do that. Should have done that way. Because the other interesting thing that this game lets you do is your objective is to essentially repopulate the Zoombinis on or relocate them on a different island since they got kicked off of their original island as seen in the intro. You need to get a certain number of Zoombinis there, which is why, like I said, you go back through and you do the same sort of puzzles over and over, but they just get increasingly more difficult.
You're okay.
Wow.
Not all doors are open to you.
Dude really, really hates... Bottom guy hates everybody, it appears. But we did it!
Done quite well.
Yeah, we did. Alright, onward to the
Don't
next
be
one.
strangers.
Yeah, don't be strangers, even though I beat the heck out of you. And here comes the one that... The puzzle that the first Zoombinis is the most well-known for, at least in my mind. This isn't even my favorite Zoombinis. I love them all a lot, but this one's not even my favorite game. I'll show you which one is later.
Please?
You're not fleas. Whatever you are, make me a pizza. So just like the previous levels, it's all about logic. We need to figure out what the perfect pizza to him is. So we gotta just start experimenting. Let's just do cheese and mushrooms. See what he says.
More
So he likes the cheese and the mushrooms, but he wants more things on it. So let's try cheese, mushrooms, and pepperoni. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. But basically, he would say, like, something on that I don't like. And then you would have to go, okay, what did I just add that he now doesn't like? If he didn't like the pepperoni, then I would do another one with green peppers and mushrooms and cheese, but not the pepperoni. See what he says about that. All that sort of stuff. But we got that way faster than I would have expected. But hey, pepperoni mushroom ain't a bad pizza choice, my dude. Pretty good pizza choice, if I do say so myself. Now, normally this is a very interesting part of the game where we reach this little campfire. And...
Hold on. What's this? A campsite with hot soup all ready to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a fine place for Zoombinis to relax.
Now you see there's two different
ready to
paths.
move on,
Which
need a
path do we
group
go?
of 16 along the path.
I'm going to take this top path. This is a place where normally you could store some Zoombinis. They could stay and relax. My apologies. Until, like, if you're, like, just want to keep farming that first route over and over and then come back and you've got a bunch of Zoombinis in case later on you fail, some get stranded, etc., etc. But we're just going to continue going forward for the time being. We're going to go up and see where it leads us. We're going to take the upper path. I legitimately don't remember which mini games or puzzles are on which path. We're just going to go each path first. First one's going to be Who's By You?
Common with their neighbor to sit on Captain Cajun's ferry.
Hear what he said? Zoombinis who have something in common with their neighbor. Interesting indeed. And you gonna talk, my dude?
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
Now, here's something interesting. You might have noticed this little question mark over here. Every single puzzle has this that you can click on and read, and it'll give you some details about each puzzle.
Seating on Captain Cajun's ferry boat is very important. Zoombinis can only sit next to each other if they have at least one matching feature. Same hair, eyes, color of nose, or feet.
Now, this one means there's no specific area that they need to sit in. It's not like, oh, all these feet sit up here, all these feet sit up here. They all just have to share something in common. So, for example, since this dude shares some nose color and glasses, or eyes and feet, but no hair, we'll put him at the start.
Well, sit wherever you want to. I don't really care.
I don't really care. Let's do feet to start with. So this guy ended with an orange nose. So let's put an orange nose there and keep doing the rest of the feet.
Ah, sure.
This one ended with a blue nose. No more feet like that, so let's do a blue nose. But we got to keep this in mind. So if we keep doing the feet logic.
There you go, you got it.
And then let's go on to the next. Okay, let's keep this in mind. Okay. See. Here's where we might run into an issue. Let's end with... Let's start with you, because they're matching eyes. But we got to make sure the last wheelie person is this one, because then they can match noses. Because they don't have anything else in common.
There you go, you got it.
Oh, but they are matching hair. Duh, I just realized.
Sure.
That, too, it could be a thing that they're matching. But we made it. They're all on the bayou. They're all making their way across. On the bayou. On the bayou.
Color, flower, and lily pad shape too may be the keys that get them through.
Interesting. Color, flower, and lily pad shape too may be the key that get them through. I wonder what that could be referring to. Oh, God. Oh, no. Now, this one I remember giving me trouble as a kid. Each
Zoombini needs a Titanic tattooed toad to carry it across the field of lily pads to the other side. A toad will follow a special path that matches the shape of the flower, the shape of the lily pad, or color of stripe on its back. For example, a toad with a red stripe will follow a path of lily pads with red flowers to the other side.
You know it's beefy when there's 2 pages of information.
Some toads cannot cross the river at all, and none will hop diagonally. Try tracing a complete path to the other side first before sending a Zoombini across.
So it's all about keeping that in mind. So let's say we do the red frog first. So if we click this red frog and then set it here, why, that's going to stop because the red color stops. But if we click this red frog and set it here, it's going to go all the way down these lily pads to the end. So let's click that red frog and click there. There goes a little tiny Zoombini. I can't remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the frogs will come back, but obviously that's going to take some time. So we want to see if we can find other frogs in the meantime to keep the pattern going. Here's a light blue one. See this path here? We'll follow that way down the light blue and then spit them out there. So let's spit a Zoombini there. Yep, here comes the red one again. There goes the light blue one. So let's just keep sending the red one down that path as well. Now, orange looks a little bit trickier because I see this path here of orange going down this way, then going down and across and back up that way and then down and then... Okay, so the orange will get across. I like to go with the colors first because when available, the colors are, in my mind, the easiest ones to get through. They're the easiest to trace. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Pink only has 2 starting points. Oh, wait, the red frog ran away. Because we already used the red frog twice. So now I'm just remembering that you can only use each frog twice. The orange frog is going to be reused, and the blue frog has gone away. So let's go ahead and just pop the orange frog back on there. Just so we can use him up. So the pink frog can't be used at all because the 2 starting points for pink are there, which ends right there, and that one, which doesn't go anywhere. But this, like, yellowish, whitish one, we got a starting point there that doesn't go anywhere, starting point there that stops right there, and then this one that goes across and stops. So both pink and the whitish color are dead ends. Now we have to go on to the icon shapes, which is what honestly worries me the most. So we'll start with this smudgy flower looking one. That one goes and stops there. That one doesn't go at all. That one also doesn't go at all. This here, though, goes all the way down here and then down and then all the way down there. So this smudgy flower looking one is fine if we start right here. And that'll be worth 2 Zoombinis, which means we only need 1, 2, 3, 4 more frogs to make it across, not including this one, because this one will go one more time. So, next we can look at the X and the diamond. So the diamond there stops right away. The diamond there and there, well, that one stops right away, but the diamond here will go all the way this way, and then up some, and then all the way this way, and then down some, and then all the way this way, and then up some, and stop. So the diamond isn't possible either. But the flower smudge, we'll just send it back through again, right down there. So the diamond isn't possible. So far, the pink, the white, and the diamond are not possible. We need 4 more, though, which means we're only down to 5 remaining frogs we can look at. The X can't... The X could work. Because the X, if we start here, goes there, down, and then that way, and then that way. Boom, 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 following my mouse. The X is a long path, but does work. And it works whether we start it there or there. So let's go ahead and get this X one going. We'll start you there. Next is the one that makes me the most nervous, is the lily pad shapes. Because as you can see, there's so much going on with these lily pads, it can be difficult to keep track of what shape is what. That's the particular part of this game that makes me the most nervous, is the lily pad shapes. Because we know diamonds won't work, we know white and pink won't work. So we need 3 lily pad shapes that will definitively work. So first, I'm going to wait for X to come back so we can go ahead and send X on its merry way. We need 3 that will work. So first, let's start with the simplest one, just a lily pad with a divot out of it. Let's look for one at the start, There's one. It doesn't go anywhere. Look for the next one. There's one. It goes to there, 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 to there. So now I'm going to go backwards to make sure I remember where its starting point was. Its starting point was right there with the white cloud. So we'll click there to bring one more across. Now we got to look for one with 2 divots. So the only starting point with 2 divots is that one and these 2, which basically connect. So if we trace from here down, following the 2 divots, following the 2 divots, following the 2 divots, we make a path with the 2 divots. So that one we can start at either one of those. We're going to start it right there just for safety and peace of mind. At the white diamond with 2 divots. Whereas this one with 1 divot starts at the white cloud. This one, clearly, as you can tell, is taking a little bit longer than the previous ones. But it's obviously worth it because we need to take the time to make sure all the Zoombinis get across. And the game does actually ratchet up in difficulty. It's one of those where your first run is easier, your second run is a little bit harder, and it just keeps increasing in difficulty the more Zoombinis you go back and get. The more times you go back through, the more difficult it'll get. So, we'll start you there again. So now we just need to find one more frog that can get us across. It's got to be either the one with 3 divots or the one with 4. So let's start with the one with 3 divots first, because we've been going 1, 2, 3. That one doesn't go anywhere. It stops right there. That one and that one are both connected. So that can go there to there, 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 to there. So it is the 3 divots. It's the one with 3 divots. Want to trace it backwards. Right there, baby. 3 divots. I hope that I got that correct and didn't accidentally lose track of things, but I believe I got it right. It goes down and then just all the way across. Okay. So then it's the orange cloud with the 3 divots. And then we will have all the Zoombinis across. Like I said, I know this one takes a little bit longer than the others, because even some of the others, when you've figured it out, like the pizza guy, once you figured it out, you're done, basically. You don't have to wait. But this one, you got to wait regardless. So it takes some extra time. It takes some extra effort. But obviously, it is all worth it in the end to get all of your Zoombinis across completely safely. And another cool thing about this game that I do enjoy is if you ever become stumped at these puzzles, you can just click the button to skip ahead. You will keep all the Zoombinis that have succeeded thus far, and the Zoombinis that are left on the other side of the puzzle will simply go back to the previous campfire. Now I'm curious, although we don't have time because it's about to pass to the next screen, I'm curious if there were any paths of the 4 divot one, or if that was just kind of impossible. Like if there was only enough frogs that to be essential to make it across. I don't know. And don't worry, for those of you who are worried about like, oh, we're going to see the same puzzles over and over and over, don't worry. I have a plan for like the next subsequent episodes of this playthrough. So as you can see, there are stones here on the ground that are linked back and forth, and each one has a symbol connecting them. I wonder what that could mean. Why? It means we have to connect each one with matching items based on the symbols. So that's a symbol for an eye. They both have matching eyes. That's a symbol for a foot. They both have matching feet, and vice versa. So you can swap them around, though. You can move them back and forth in case you decide, oh, wait, I don't want to do that one. But we're just going to go through slowly and see what we can piece together. So this is hair, I'm assuming. Yes. This is nose. We'll do you with a blue nose. Another set for hair. We'll do that one. We've got feet and eyes left. So, uh-oh. See, now here we've run into an issue. These 3 match feet and these 3 match eyes. He doesn't match feet or eyes with either of them. So, what should we do? Well, let's say we want to proceed with the eyes. So we will, or with the feet. So we will swap those 2 there. And now we need somebody who matches eyes with them, but is okay with swapping with them. So who's else has got eyes that match? Who's a sunglass? You've got sunglasses, and you've got sunglasses. So there's 2 others with sunglasses. That wouldn't really work because of that. But, there is a solution. Let's put you there. Let's assume we're going to do you there. You've got a blue nose. We could match. We could swap you there. We could also swap with a hair. With a hair. Let's do this. Let's move you off there. Let's match eyes with these 2. Let's move nose off there. Well, we can't move nose off there because you don't have hair that matches with anybody else. So let's move you back to nose. So we still need somebody else to match hair with you, which is you up here. This is starting to tease at my brain slightly. So let's do this. Let's move you there. They still match noses. Let's move you 2 off of there and match you 2 on feet. But we still got the matter of the hair. Oh, I've got it. Here, watch this. We need to match noses, you still match noses. We need to match hair, you still match hair. We need to match hair, you 2 match hair. We need to match eyes, you 2 match eyes. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Logical thinking throughout the game. Logical thinking. It makes your brain stronger. This is the sort of shit I used to play as a kid, and now you understand why I love puzzle games so much. And look at that, it's another campfire. Now you see how I've started to piece this together. Because there's another campfire there, and there's a previous path we've not yet gone through. In between episodes, I'm going to get another batch of Zoombinis to that first campfire, and we're going to take the other pathway. And then once we've reached that other pathway, since there's one way to go, we'll proceed on and see what goes the other way. So let's go ahead and put all of our little friends in
the darkest, most dangerous part of the journey is yet to come.
Oh, no. It is yet to come? I don't know who that voice actor is, but I love him to death, and I feel like I've heard him in like 500 different things. But who knows? Alrighty, little Zoombinis, we're going to put you to rest for now. We're going to go back to the map. We're going to save our game real quick. We'll call it Nostalgia. That's how you spell that. We'll call it Nostalgia. Take a look at that map, man. Boy, howdy, what a game we're going through. We got 609 Zoombinis left on the island. That's how many we are supposed to get from the island to the main, to our main, like, home. That's why we're not going to play the whole Zoombinis game, unfortunately. Maybe I'll come back at some point and play a little bit more once I'm done with the chunk we're going to do for Nostalgia Month. But for the time being, trust me when I say we can't play, like, 400 episodes of Zoombinis as much as I would like to. But on that note, thank you, everybody, for watching. Like the video if you like the video. Share the video if you'd like to share the video. Subscribe if you'd like to as well. That would really help me out. I have been Jacob, and you have been wonderful. Thank you, guys. I am so excited. This is the first episode going up for Nostalgia Month. There's going to be a bunch of different games going up. We're going to do multiple episodes of a bunch of them, so this is not the only Zoombinis adventure you're going to see, not even in this specific game. Ooh, and I cannot wait to share it all with you guys. I'm so excited to do this. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to this. And this has been Zoombinis' Logical Journey. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. See you, Space Cowboys.